This music is very chill and I'm into it. Hi Mel, how goes it? I was setting up some social media stuff. Hold on, let me get this camera. Ah, I have all kinds of stuff on my desk and my mouse is like way over there. But hi, yes, hello, how goes it? How is everyone today? I guess we could start. I've been sitting here for 4 minutes, my bad. Yeah, how are you? Happy Wednesday. It's the last day for Pride, technically, right? So I thought today we would talk about some gay stuff in comics. I don't know. Your makeup is great today, thank you! I, at one point, got real frustrated and just grabbed a brush and was like... packing it on there, but thank you, that means a lot to me. I hope you're having a good day, Mel. Give me all the gay. And you know what, I tried my darndest to find something for everyone. I literally went down LGBTQ, and I think I've got something for everyone. So yeah, do we just jump into it? Do we just start? Hello, Angela, how goes it? How are you? How's your Wednesday? I hope it's good. Yeah, today we're just talking about gay stuff. And that's it. That's the stream. Don't really know where to start. Trying to decide between DC or Marvel. And actually we're gonna play a game today. Hold on. I feel like the music's too loud. Hold on. Or if I'm not loud enough, let me know. We're still testing some stuff out here. Is that better? Does that feel better? It's good. I'm glad to see you streaming again. Yes, it got kind of weird last week. A lot of hopping around at work and all of that, but I'm gonna try to do as much as possible today and hopefully have a better schedule from here on out. Like Wednesday's gonna be my day and Friday mornings at least. But yeah, where do we start? DC, Marvel? Does anyone have a preference? Do we flip a coin for it? Like I was saying, we are gonna play a game today, and it's who did Pride Month better, okay? It's gonna be representation, how many stories. Both Marvel and DC were doing gay covers, and we're gonna compare the two. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. I don't know where to like kick off. Whichever you're most excited about, that's what I want to hear about. Turn down the music just a tiny bit. It's loud compared to your voice, but I do love this song. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Is that better? Is that good? Well, DC did better because they had let Harleen be together, I feel. Okay, so that's something. Okay, alright, we're going. It's happening! Nope, that's my other pile. So, both DC and Marvel decided to do Pride stuff this month. And, like I said, we're gonna see who did it better. But this is the alternative cover for the DC Pride, and this was the main cover for the Marvel Pride. Much better? Cool. Both of them are anthologies, both of them are $9.99. Like, I'm glad we can show Pride with, like, full price, but, first thing we're gonna take note of is DC actually has, like, the Pride community behind them. They've got, like, where to go for Pride-inspired things, where to get help if you're a gay and need advice and all that, because your life is hard, because it is hard for the gays. But Marvel didn't go that far, and already did it better. Look, okay, so we're calling it, right? Like, DC actually had gay sponsorship. There's like a letter in the front of the DC one that like talks about like encouraging youth and being there for family members and like really trying to send a message. So point one, DC. Oh no, is this too bright? Hold the phone. So yeah. DC actually sent up a hotline. Brightness level all the way down. Is that better? That's better! Okay, cool. So 0.1 DC for actually having like a link to the gay community directly, okay? A while back, was it like 2 years ago? One of the heads to Marvel was real close with Trump and was like giving him a lot of money and was like his like best buddy. He was involved in like this weird veteran bill. I don't know, guys. So not surprised that Marvel doesn't have like a direct shout out to the community, but like, yeah, we'll give the point to DC. Love to see the fucking effort, right? Like, they tried a little bit. I don't know how much of the proceeds are going to the community, but they made it available for others, right? That would also be an interesting thing to compare, like, see if anyone, like, gave any money to anybody else. But both are pretty good. Both were really fun to read. The DC stuff had a lot of like portraits. So if you didn't get a story about a gay character, they were like still present and represented. And I was trying to see how many of the letters in the acronym that they covered. An effort was made. Hi Goblin, how goes it? How are you? We're talking about gay things. Hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. An attempt was made. It was. They tried. They really tried. So this one was a lot of fun. Some introductories to some of the gay characters from the show that are in DC. There's a trans woman named Dreamer that got like a little appearance that I thought was really cool. They talk about the new non-binary Flash. They were introduced in the Future State Justice League, and like this is their first kind of standalone like appearance. It's just them getting ready for a date with their girlfriend, and they're cute. Hold on. All right. There's the new non-binary Flash. I have a problem saying that word. I don't know why it's so difficult for me. Bear with me, people. But new Flash, their girlfriend. And, like, the whole thing is just a joke on them being late for the date, because they're the Flash. It's good stuff. It's wholesome. I love their outfit. There's the, there's their outfit. Love the mask. It reminds me a little bit of, like, Silk, like the Spider-Woman. But it's good stuff. They're so fancy. Sorry. OMG, I love that non-binary Flash. Yes, hello, I'm so glad I'm finally able to catch a Comic Concierge episode. I know, they're far and few in between, but I have a lot today, so bear with me. And do not feel obligated to stay here. The fact that anyone shows up is mind-blowing to me. But, yeah. Non-binary Flash. I'm not too sure when their, like, next, appearance will be. I don't know when we're gonna get to like their own series. Hopefully soon. A lot of people are excited about it, including myself. We also had something that was really cool, which I don't know, more like non-Barry Allen. Oh my gosh. That's funny. That's a good one. I'm here for the puns. If you have them, throw them out. Another thing I thought that was cool, which I couldn't tell how canon it was, right? I couldn't tell how far back this story went, but the original Green Lantern, the first ever Green Lantern, turns out to be a gay man. And so there's a quick story in here, gives a little history on some of his like ventures. Talks about how he couldn't come out at that time, and then it turns out his son is also gay. So they're getting together, and Green Lantern is like talking about how if not for his son, he wouldn't be able to be the person he truly feels he can be. And like, it was just this really cool take on like family and like support and just good stuff. I don't want to spoil it too much if anyone wants to read it, but I did think it was cool that they did like not just a story about a gay man, but like being there for your like I said, his son's gay, he goes to meet his son's partner, and then he tells him about like the one guy he had a relationship with back in the day and he hasn't been able to have one since. I'm gonna cry! It gets a little emotional! And again, kinda have to give the point to DC because they brought family into it, right? Like... Yeah, it's good stuff. His son is also a superhero. I don't know too much about the Green Lanterns, if I'm honest. But this was really cool, and again, needed to know how much representation there was back then, if this was kind of just like a running joke, or if like the original creator of Green Lantern intended for him to be a gay man. This is really cute. Yeah, super cute. Again, about support. Little shout out to the families who help their family. This one was really fun. There's other characters. There's a quick one involving Batwoman and Alice in Wonderland. The artwork for this one was like gorgeous. Again, I don't want to spoil too much in case anyone wants to pick this up. This is really cute. I feel like DC wanted to tell a wider spectrum of stories. For sure. For sure. And at least, yeah, definitely trying for like the diversity part. We've got another story with Midnight and Lucifer, or not Lucifer. Oh my gosh, Constantine. I was wondering if Constantine and Lucifer had ever hooked up earlier, but I didn't want to fall down that rabbit hole. I'm sure the fanfic is there. We've got Female Question, who's a lesbian. They did a shout out to Far Sector, who's a bisexual Green Lantern. She's newer, and I know Ange really liked this series. And then we get to the important things, right? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Is there anything else we were going to cover in this one? Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. So, one thing I noticed that, at least from my perspective, that was kind of difficult to find is there's a lot of representation for trans women, not a whole lot of representation for trans men for some reason. And there was a character called the Little Drummer Boy, and they decide to go after these rich people. They're using like some like mind control power, and they're attacking these people because these are the people who are like taking over the neighborhood and taking away housing from low income families, and a lot of people who live in those neighborhoods tend to be queer people. And so this character, Little Drummer Boy, is like trying to fight gentrification. Peter Piper shows up and he's like, you know what, and this is his words, hold on. We're going to do something less mind rapey, and we're gonna like just straight up threaten the guy who's like doing this. And they do, and then it works, and they save the development, and it's a happy ending. It was kind of a weird one, but you know what? It was kind of neat too. The one everyone was waiting for, right? I don't know if they're gonna be making another appearance. I just thought it was cool that they did a story for a trans woman and a trans man. So, is it 3 points to DC? Is that what we're at right now? I know we haven't gotten to Marvel at all, but if anyone's keeping score, I'm trying to. We're gonna add 3. Now, the one thing. Okay, love the cover, my favorite couple. Everyone loves Harley and Ivy, right? But the last like 2 years, there was like a moment where DC was trying to discredit their relationship, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they were gonna try to make it where Harley Quinn was like jealous over Punchline and trying to get back with the Joker. We don't want any of that though, right? We want this. We want these two together. Glad to see DC's doing so well. They're trying. They're really trying right now. It got real rough around Future State, but you know what? We're coming back for it. So, DC, I hope the Marvel stuff is good too. That's why I got the scoreboard. We're gonna keep track of it, Ange. We're gonna see if it holds up or not. So the one thing I was super excited for, the one thing everyone was waiting for, right? Because the last 2 years, there was like a few moments where they were just trying to disregard these two's relationship, right? Like, they're gal pals, they have fun, they got secret sleepovers, but like, where's the actual commitment, right? So this little, like, 4 pages finally makes Harley say it, and they're like a couple. They're officially a couple. It's real, it's happening, it's official, it's this issue. Forget the nude beach issue, forget like all the like beaver jokes that they make, all the weird hand stuff now. It's like this one that's confirmed that they're like a lesbian pairing. None of the Punch Life Garbo. Yes! I know I have a poster of her. I love the character design, but I love hating on her as well. I'm still mad she's a freshman in college! Okay, we're not here for Punchline. It's these two we're here for, and I'm glad about it. And honestly, it's kind of the year for Harley, and more importantly, kind of the year of Ivy, and I'm here for it. And like, I guess in August they're gonna talk about it more, but she's supposed to be making this big comeback. Right now she's kind of like in this weird like coma state where it's all Ivy, no poison, so she's like not her badass self. Here's another picture. This is the Harley issue, so they did a cover with these two on it. Straight up 18. She's she's like 18, 19. Like, we're not even touching 20. Ange. It's upsetting. But this is the year for Ivy. Like I said, something's going on with Ivy right now. She's just Ivy, no poison. She's kind of walking around like she's got amnesia. And we see somebody from her past come in and help. And we've kind of been waiting for this person, Mel. I don't know if you're still around. Where is it? It's the gardener, okay? Remember a couple issues ago, they were like bringing up this new character, her new design, all of that. Turns out, this is Ivy's girlfriend from college. And she's here to say that she's here to help Ivy, and she approves of Harley and Ivy as an item. Year of Ivy, hell yeah. It's so good. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for whatever big reveal they have. Like, can we get a series? Do we get a spin-off series from this? Can we? Something that's good, actually? Remember that one time she had kids? Not good, not good. But I have just a little bit more hope with these two. Let's better shot, sorry. And like, just a really cute moment to see like her past boo and her current boo getting along. No drama, no revenge. Could you imagine though, she comes back to steal Ivy away from Harley? That would be hilarious. But so far it seems like good terms. And like I said, she approves. So literally my mouth just dropped. This is the best news. I know! I'm so excited! And again, we've got like maybe 3 more issues until whatever they're working on like unravels. But I hope it's good. I hope they do Ivy good. It's her time. She's great in the show. She's just a great villain in general. I love it. Which, that's not enough for you. They just came out with her own series. On top of all that, yeah, like she's not like the main character in Batman right now, but she is pretty dang important. And then they graced us with a young adult graphic novel. And hold on. These things get pretty graphic. I know I said it's a kid's book. I know I said young adult. This one's real heavy. I was not expecting it. And it's funny because, like, you have, like, the Black Canary one and, like, the Mira one, Aquaman's wife one, and those ones are all, like, fun. But, like, the Catwoman one and this one can can give somebody nightmares. Like, you have to put a trigger warning on these things. I'm not kidding. But this is it. This is a new book, and it's called Poison Ivy Thorns. Wow, Ivy is getting so much love. I know! They finally got all of my letters I was sending in, right? Like, the Catwoman one was straight up depressing. Okay, hold on. So there's 2 lines. It's DC Zoom and then DC Ink. DC Zoom, I think, is for the older ones, and then the ink is the little kids. So the Catwoman one was just like her obviously getting away from her family, they're not good people, and like her being locked in a closet. She meets this little kid that like the parents drive off the side of a cliff because like they're too depressed. I don't know, man. The Catwoman one was a lot, and this one is like real close behind it. So it's Poison Ivy. She's in high school. She's living with her parents. Her dad is a like well-known surgeon. He's like really well-known doctor. Kind of wants her to go into like the same career, right? Super strict. They're kind of fancy. They kind of come from a nice house and all of that, but like at first I thought she was being sexually assaulted, and I was like, I can't handle this. Turns out she's just being experimented on. Okay, alright, I know, spoilers, but the only reason I'm bringing it up is because, yeah, it's kind of triggering. I thought she was being raped. That's not the case. She obviously grows a distrust for like men and like has a problem with like masculine figures. She falls in love with this girl Alice, and it's wild. There's a lot of medical stuff, okay? If you're scared of like doctors, if you're scared of like experimentation or human experimentation, this one might not be for you. But seeing like this cute goth love story unravel was really neat. I'm just saying, they like market this for like young adults. It even says young adult on the back. But like, walk through it with your shield up. I don't know. It's a tough one, guys. It is not light. It's a romance story for sure. It's a lesbian romance story, but like, be prepared. It gets heavy. It gets real heavy. And that's it. That's all of my Ivy stuff. So yeah, DC had some really great covers. The only one I managed to pick up was, oh, where'd they go? Was the important ones. The Harley and Ivy stuff. But like, yeah, we've got, I want to say, a bisexual and a pansexual on the cover, so that's pretty cool. As to, we're gonna move into Marvel stuff now, right? Oh, I'm gonna give DC one more point for depicting a household where you struggle. You know, we're showing some like gay youth oppression. We're gonna give them a point for that. That seems important, right? All right. So DC is sitting at 5, and more might come up. Okay, that is bad, but experimentation is better, I feel. Yeah, like, again, there's, like, this moment where he's just like, come into the basement, Pamela. There's work to be done, and I was just like, oh no. And then, it's rough. It's real rough, but, like, yeah, experimenting on your daughter is way better than... rough stuff. So, DC's sitting at 5. Now... okay, I'm gonna hold this up. I don't know why I keep putting this down. This was the cover that I picked for, besides the Pride issue, the one that I wanted to bring home. Got lucky, already was bringing home this series. This is the Marvel Pride cover I decided to pick up this month. There was a few. They had like Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, they had some Avengers stuff, I saw a few X-Men covers, but I went with Black Cat, and I picked up this issue specifically because this is the issue where she kisses a girl for the first time, or something. It might not be her first time, but it's the first time that like we get to peek in on it. Let's see. So I thought that was kind of important. Again, this is the gay variant, very pink, lots of kitties, and you can see like a few known gay covers in the background, or like covers that pertain to gay characters. We've got Americana, that's it. There's some X-Men stuff, there's a Darkhold book, but most of them look really similar to this, where it's like pink, some comic background, and that's it. That's the cover. Like, it's a shot of a queer character, but there's no flag, there's no rainbow, there's nothing that says they're bisexual. You kind of just have to know, right? And even then, the only reason we know she's like bisexual is because she's been chasing Peter Parker this entire time, right? But here it is, here she is kissing a woman. They're having a moment up on a rooftop. And hopefully this will be a big deal later. I'm trying to convince myself that this is an investment. I don't know how real that is or not. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I wanted to pick up a few more of the DC covers, but the Marvel covers, this was pretty much it. Like, this was the only person I recognize, which is my own doing, which isn't like Marvel's part at all, but like, again, how gay? Not very, is it? No. It's unfortunate. but they did try to make it up with the Marvel Voices Pride. Now, we talked about the DC one, we're gonna talk about the Marvel one, right? This one was interesting because, like I said, the DC one starts off with like this long paragraph talking about like the community, talking about how far we've come, how much we've grown, which is like pretty cool. I love this. They're like, I love that it looks like an old like teen magazine quiz that you have to follow along, but these are all the stories that are in this issue, which is a lot. I'll give them that. And they start off with like telling a history of Marvel. They talk about the first superhero who ever came out. They talk about like how there were whispers of other, but nothing was ever like really sealed until more recently. Yeah, and honestly, I'm not keeping up with it, but the X-Men right now is really, really good. I read House and Powers. There's so many other series to like catch up on in between then, but the X-Men seem to be really, really trying to like push the boundaries as far as LGBTQ stuff goes. Oh, it is interesting. Yeah, and they really do try to like cover as much as possible. North Star, that's who it is. Yeah, so North Star was like the first gay superhero. He came out a while back, and then 2013 he got married, and that was like the first 2012, yes, X-Men 51, he got married, and it was a big deal. It was the first gay marriage in the comics industry, amongst DC and Marvel. I mean, there's lots of other gay comics outside of these two, but yeah, this Marvel cover isn't doing it for me, sadly. And they had a few variants. Again, I just didn't recognize anyone on the cover, because a lot of it was like newer X-Men, newer mutants. Heartwave. I'm playing Scarlet Nexus right now. I think you'd like that game. Cool! I've never heard of that. Is it superhero related? I do love superhero stuff. But yeah, they give you like a quick introduction, and then they give you like an actual written history, what issues have what in it, who came out when, that kind of thing. Yeah, they talk about Iceman, they talk about America Chavez, her origin story, and her coming out as a lesbian. The Hulkling is a gay man, and that's pretty exciting. I didn't know about that. And it's actually has him going to his first Pride. It's good stuff. It's anime and it's action. Nice! I will definitely look into it. Is the Steam Summer Sale still going on? Do I still have time to buy stuff? Did I miss it? But I'll look into it. I'll check it out. How is it? How are you going? Sorry. I drank a bunch of Red Bull. Give me a sec. How goes it? How's your day? Happy Wednesday, Hurtwave. I hope it's going well. The history part does seem cool. And like, it was kind of nice because there was a moment where I was like, do I have to like look up some of these characters? I really don't know Marvel. I'm not really good with like names and persona as it is. I was worried I was gonna have to do all of this homework, and they literally put it out in front of me. That was real nice. But I'm really excited for the new Marvel Avengers Hawkeye show, and the game is getting Black Panther in August. I heard mixed things about the game. I keep seeing it go on sale, and I'm tempted to give it a try. I just don't know if it's worth it. Super excited about the Hawkeye show as well, and actually at some point I was planning to talk about Matt Fraction, who's the guy who did the series that show is based off of. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, super excited for it as well, and super excited for Loki. I'm a little behind. Okay, I'm on episode 2. No one spoil anything, but I heard he's gonna be or is bisexual, and like just in time for Pride, right? Summer sale goes until the 3rd or something. Okay, cool, because I get paid in like 2 days, and there were a few other things I wanted to buy. Thanks, Ange. The game is so fun. Okay, if the game's still on sale, I might get it. Like, 2 people have mentioned that it's good, and I have a hard time believing that because IGN said it wasn't, but maybe you just have to trust an actual person, not a corporate review. So, we're gonna give Marvel a point for the history lesson, right? Because I feel like I legitimately learned something. It's real nice to be able to like pull out this issue and be like, oh yeah, that's when that came out, or like, that's when so-and-so did this. So, 1 for Marvel. Oh, did you get what you want for your birthday? Was it the capture card? Because no, I have not. I got Hades, and then Zane got me something else. I can't remember right now. But I got the game Hades, and we were working on that. I literally stayed up till like 3 playing that one. Oh my gosh, sorry, this is Hulkling, and it's a cute little poem between him and his boyfriend. Yeah, I wish I knew. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this one was really interesting. Sorry, totally just took like a bleep. Do you ever have like a moment where you like forget what you're doing and then like okay, so this one was real interesting, right? So Lady Daredevil comes into this operation and she's like, yo, I don't know what you're up to, but I'm shutting it down. And this trans woman explains how like a lot of the trans folks don't have proper like medical stuff, and so they were there to like make pills that help them transition and whatnot. This other like team comes in to like break it up, and they literally just shut it down. And then there's this really funny moment where Lady Daredevil is like, welcome to womanhood, and the trans woman turns around and was like, how dare you insinuate that I haven't been a woman this entire time? And then Lady Daredevil's just like, you're right, I just learned something, thanks. And yeah, I loved, we're gonna give them 1 for addressing a true problem, and 2 for the trans woman shutting it down. We'll give the point to Marvel. That seems like an easy point. But again, feels important. Hades is such a good game. It is! I have hit a bit of a bump in the road though, where like, I get real frustrated when I die because you literally have to start over. Like, I'm trying to beat Meg and get past the part with Meg, but I'm like stuck right at the tail end of that. I really like it, and like, have had like the Summer of Gods theme going on. Like, I'm reading American Gods right now. We're playing Hades. And then there was like another series I was reading that talked a lot about like Greek mythology. But did you get Hades for PC? You should stream it. I got it for the Switch. There's that damn capture card again. I did get Amazon Prime. Like, I got an Amazon gift card, so I got Prime again, and it's been long enough that they gave me the free trial. So the capture card, do we order it live? Do I do it right now? With everyone watching, so I know, so it actually happens. We talk about, they've got Black Cat. We just talked about her finally coming out, and they gave her a little slot, and possibly her new relationship, right? Like possibly a new girlfriend. We also have get you a capture card. Yes. There's one, no, there's literally one for $30. I talk about it like once a month. I just have to actually do it. Wait, before you get the capture card. Hades also might just be like $15 right now on PC. So what's cheaper, rebuying the game, or you can't stream on Switch if you have the Switch Lite? No, I have both. We have a Lite and we have a Switch. We didn't want to get two full Switches because like we rarely dock it as it is. So we got one Lite just so like one of us could play with it. So I have a full Switch, and I can take, like, the handles off and everything. This one is probably my favorite story. Because you think it's Lady Hulk? Get the card then. Yeah. I'm gonna set, like, an alarm or something. Somebody text me, yell at me to order it later. So yeah, sorry. One track mind. I should have had the Red Bull, guys. Too hyped up. Too nervous about things. It's fine. This one was probably, I find streaming on console, though, a capture card is easy but annoying. And that's why I was like, do I do the $30 one, or we do the more expensive one and, like, not even deal with the tomfoolery that could be a cheap card, you know? Like, because I'm barely tech savvy as it is. I have a feeling you just plug it in, but who knows? Okay, so this one was probably my favorite story. It seems to start off with She-Hulk, right? And then quickly becomes apparent that it's two guests at a con, and it is this trans woman talking about how dressing as She-Hulk gives them their power and the ability to like express themselves and be who they actually are. And I thought it was really fun that they would like, I thought it was really cool that it wasn't all superhero stuff. It was something that like a lot of people who actually go to conventions can like relate to. Because I thought they were gonna have She-Hulk come out as like bisexual or lesbian, and is this one, I don't know, this one surprised me. This one actually surprised me. Like I said, it felt closer to like real life or a realistic take on the community, and just like was real cute that the drag queens got a bit of a shout out, right? Like, so we'll give them a point. I have the $200 one, and it is iffy. Ah! And we've literally talked about, like, sending the $30 one back. So yeah, we're gonna try it. I just need to get on it, you know? But yeah, so I gave Marvel another point. They did a pretty good job with the cosplay story. I really liked it. I thought it was cute. It surprised me. I know I had notes on this story. Hold on. Oh, that's right. That's what the story was. I literally had to take notes. I have so much stuff in front of me, guys. Okay, so this one was a lot of fun. If the 31 doesn't work out, return it. Easy peasy. Yeah, right? It's literally just a post stamp away. So this one I thought was a lot of fun, okay? Like I said earlier, there's a lot of like representation for trans women, there's a lot of representation for bi women, but this one, this little story here, it's 2 X-Men, and they're explaining the difficulties of being a bi man. That's based around Prodigy, right? Yeah. It's based around Prodigy. They're talking about how they're able to like tap into, they're like an empath, and so they're able to talk into like a lot of people's emotions, and that kind of helps with the bisexuality. Like they just get hot for everyone. Want to become famous? Ah, the bots are here! If you click the name, you can ban these. Nice, thanks, Ange. The bots finally found us. Whisper, ban. Look at that. Oops, bots. Why? I just pictured like a cereal like box that just says oops bots, and it's a bunch of like bots falling out of it. Love it. Ban. You banned. Okay. So, a lot of representation for queer women. Sometimes I feel like more than I see for bi men. So him talking about his bisexuality, I thought was really neat. And he also mentions at some point how like a lot of times when being male you talk about being bi, people just kind of like excuse it or run over it, or they're like, well, you're not with the guy, so like, how bi are you? And it was a fun one. It was cool. I thought it was neat that they tackled, I don't know, that sexuality, because again, that it's just not represented a whole lot. Gay men, sure, but trans men, bi men, don't see it a lot. Good for Marvel. So Marvel gets the point. And we're catching up to DC. We're 4 to 5, guys. And we're gonna start subtracting points. Ah, yes. And then they have the first time ever that Iceman, a gay man, the first gay X-Men to like, how do I say this? It's not that he's the first gay X-Men, it's that his entire series was based around him trying to find his footing for his sexuality, and that hadn't really been done before. Yeah, more trans men, please, and thank you. Yeah! Again, lots of trans women. I don't know if I can't tell that they're a trans man, just because they blend so well. Is that arrogant? If I say something arrogant, don't be afraid to throw tiny flags. Call me out on it. But you just don't see it a lot in comic books. Don't know why. But we have X-Men. And X-Men's trying their darndest with the non-binary, the bi-folk. And here we have Iceman talking to Magneto, not just about being different by being a mutant, but different in his sexuality. And that was a nice little treat. There's 2 volumes to the Iceman series. I know he shows up in X-Men here and there, but it's really, really fun. And the premise of those books is really interesting because it's him. He meets a younger version of himself in a different reality. That version is like openly gay, and then he realizes it's not such a big deal to be openly gay, so him as an older man is gonna try it, and it's a real fun one. So Marvel Pride, not as bad as I was expecting. Is that rude to say? Is that mean to say? Just given, like I said, this type of people who are running Marvel or were running Marvel, wasn't really expecting this to be as good as it was. And there are other things in Marvel that are going on that are pretty gay. Like, it wasn't the one issue. They're trying real hard to, like, push the spectrum. They had... Ooh, God, remember when all those horrible white comic dudes were upset that there was more diversity in comics? And they're still out here. Comic Gate still exists. I hope they don't find this, you know. But, like, yeah, people... There's somebody... Guys, there's an Instagram account that goes around and finds all the pink, like, panels. Like, if there's a color pink in a panel, they will take it and recolor it red. So there are some people who just, like, cannot live in a feminine comics world. I don't know. If they find this, ban them too. Yes, we're just gonna shut it all down, Mel, right? Like, and yeah, I can only imagine what these people think about X-Men right now, because a big thing in X-Men that's going on is a Hellfire Gala. It's Fashion Week for the X-Men, okay? They have been coming out with these covers that just have these, like, gorgeous, stunning outfits on them. Man, woman, everyone's getting a makeover. Everyone's looking fucking fierce. Like, I don't know why we decided to do Fashion Week for the X-Men, but it exists. I'm sorry, what? That's extremely fragile. No pink in my manly comics, sir. Yeah, somebody literally takes their time to, like, go and, like, fix pink in comics! Like, if it's a pink, like, sunset, like, they just go and just make it a little darker. You just... The Mystique one is so good, yes! And she did have a story, in the gay issue. But yeah, these outfits, so good. I was gonna bring home some of the Jen Bartel fashion. They did, like, magazine covers. Those are really good. Colossus, are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, hold on. Wait, let's go back. Oh, wait, look at Nightcrawler! Look at his dapper outfit! Oh my gosh. That fucking hat, I love it. They're on this island right now. Yeah, hold on. We see this Russian hat? Can we look at? It's so good. And a lot of stuff is supposedly happening. Oh, Sebastian Shaw. We've got a lot of male characters looking real fabulous, actually. But yeah, the X-Men are on their own island. They're, like, started their own community. They've started their own, like, politics and whatnot. I haven't read into it. There's quite a bit, but yeah, some of this stuff. And if you think this is good, look up the Jen Bartel fashion magazine covers. I'm telling you. Oh no, it's the Ice Cream Man. Oh no, he's calling out to me. Oh, I can't resist. Okay, I'm dead. I have passed away. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do this to you. But, like, also you're welcome. And yeah, this was just, like, the little, like, handout they were giving out for free. Oh, look at Beast in his little tux. Go get ice cream. Yeah, I can't buy from the same ice cream man too long. He starts parking outside of my house and then, like, I gotta, like, close the curtains. It's not good. It's a once in a while relationship. With me and that man. Oh yes, look at Professor X. Why does he look like he's a member of Daft Punk though? Like, I love it. So yeah, some big stuff is about to happen in the Hellfire Gala. I'm not saying people die, but it kind of sounded like people were gonna die. I know the X-Men stuff is getting real good. Like I said, they've introduced a whole lot of new characters, a lot of them being queer. And I know it's a lot to keep up with, but, like, I've had genuine X-Men fans say they enjoy it, so that's gotta be good, right? They're not just, like, farting around with an X-Men gala. It actually means something. Last thing. Well, I mean, not the last thing in Marvel that's super gay. They talked about Katie Pride coming out more recently. I Didn't look too far into it. Again, not very much of an X-Men person, but something that did come up this week that I was really, really excited for is new Captain America. Now, it is Steve Rogers. Fucking love Steve, right? And I would like to say he's a gay icon, like him and Bucky and Falcon are definitely some weird, like, poly thing. I don't know. There's a lot of fanfic out there that I agree with, though. And can say that Captain America is a bit of a gay icon, right? Like, we can all agree? Let's all agree. There, we all agreed. So, this new series was pretty interesting. It's literally a #1. It just came out today, and it's Steve Rogers talking about, like, the times changing and, like, what it means to be Captain America, the good old, like, fashion America morals, that kind of thing, right? And then just, like, some people taking up the mantle and maybe not being as patriotic as they think. Like, he's feeling a little divided. So, something happens, this building collapses, him and Sam get to the scene first, and all of a sudden there's a Captain America imposter? And Cap's not having it, right? Like, yo, this shield is important, it actually means something, who the fuck are you? I just clipped the bit about the ice cream man. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's an accurate statement. I'll stand by it. Like, thank you, by the way. I appreciate it. So, I'm about to reveal gay Captain America that's actually officially canon. So, Cap sees this imposter, goes, not on my watch, grabs him, and says, who the F are you? And he says, haha, my name is, what's his name? Aaron Fishker? And he is a crust punk kid dressing up as fucking Captain America. He's a boxcar child, right? He's riding the rails. He literally rides trains and, like, stops crime on the railroad tracks. I don't know how else to explain this guy. Well, post the clip. I can save it later to Twitter. I'm still learning social media stuff, guys. Go easy on me. But yeah, crust punk gay Captain America. He's here. I love it. He literally says, I'm riding the rails, and he's standing up for, like, literally everyone, even the people who, like, don't get looked out for. I have to run and get dinner, but I wish I could stay. This is the best. Also, fuck yeah, crust punk Cap. I know! I'm super excited about it, and he's super gay, so everything right in the world with this one, right? Bye, Mel. Thank you for stopping by, and, like, I hope you have a good day, or a good night. Hope dinner's good. All that stuff. I'll see you around. Yeah, crust punk Cap. He's here. He's looking fab. He's a little homeless, but he is, like, loves Captain America. Loves what he stands for. And is just, like, trying to do right by the shield in that way. So we get a little introduction to him, and there's this moment where, like, he is like, whoa, both Captain Americas, that's great. And then Falcon turns around and he's like, 3 Captain Americas. So this is also canon by Captain America's standpoint. Like, Steve said so, it counts. He's actual Cap. So yeah. There was also this story in the very back, right? It has to do with our new Captain America friend. And he basically gets in trouble. They capture him and send him to, like, this rehousing development. They were like, you're homeless. We've got this, like, homeless camp thing going on. We'll send you there. Sends him there, and it looks like Tent City. If you know what Tent City is, it's like a prison that's out in the middle of the desert. It's literally like 5 miles from my house. But yeah, they're living in, like, garbage, and they're like, this is the homeless camp. This is the best we can do for you. And so crust punk Captain America is not having it, and they're gonna, like, break out of there. It's real interesting. It was a real fun one. Goblin, gay Cap is best Cap, and I say this while also super hard for Cap. Yes, yes! I love Captain America. I believe that Steve Rogers is hardcore bisexual, okay? Bucky, Agent Carter, whatever. He goes back and forth. Like, even in the movies, I'm gonna argue that he is a bisexual, and that's why him going back in time to be with, what's her name, seems a little ridiculous to me, because both his boyfriends are standing right in front of him. He would definitely stay with Bucky! And that's it. I'm done ranting about Captain America and his sexuality. But, I don't know how I feel about the new Steve Rogers. Is this too muscular? Is Steve too buff? Like, I feel like we could tone it down a little bit. My favorite thing, or I prefer Cap relying on the super serum just a little bit more and maybe not being this beefy. I don't know. This might just be a personal preference, but it's a good question. I don't know. I saw him and I was like, ooh, is that too much? Is that too much muscle? I don't like a man with too many muscles. I didn't make them for you. It's Rocky Horror Picture Show. That is too buff. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, where are we? Where are we? Hold on. Where are my notes? So yeah, that's it for Marvel. We're gonna give them a point for Crust Punk Cap. And we gave DC the point for, like, talking about housing troubles and housing situations. Do we give Marvel the point as well? It only seems fair, right? Why did they have to make him so buff? Super muscular Cap is proof of him being bi and going through the more mass part of his bi-cycle, and no one can convince me otherwise. I can accept this as canon. Like, it's him trying to, like, it's either him, like, at first started, like, no, I'm just gonna, like, man up a little bit more, right? You know, I'm just gonna, like, hide the fact of being a bi man, and then he was like, I'm gonna attract more men by being more, you know, like, it was him trying to, like, hide it, and then he realized that he got hotties by working out. I don't know. I love it, though. So yeah, okay, so where we're sitting at right now with, like, Marvel versus DC, hold on, wait, let me look at my notes, oh yeah, that's right, there's one more thing, oh no, I don't want to give him the extra, oh, okay, hold on. We're not done yet, guys. Sorry. Looking at notes. We haven't even gotten to the indie stuff yet. The fact that muscular men are usually attractive to men and not women. Yeah, that's fair, right? I had a conversation with this couple not too long ago, and she was complaining about the aggressiveness in porn, and it was just really funny because, like, both of our spouses were like, yeah, it's not for you, it's for us. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, that's cool. I didn't know that, like, y'all really need that? Okay. It's just funny. So, and then I completely forgot everything I had just looked at. Guys, this Red Bull, I thought I needed it. It might be working against me. That's what it was. Okay, so part of the new X-Men, right? Before we get out of the Marvel DC territory for sure, we're gonna do some final points. Part of the new X-Men, okay? Listen to this. You holding on? Wolverine, and Bleeding Cool talks about this. Like, there's a website that has done its full research, knows the issue number, all of that. From what I hear, from what I've gathered, Wolverine has 2 penises and is in a poly relationship with Marvel Girl and Cyclops. Is it Jean? Is it Jean Grey? Is that who's Marvel Girl is, right? I don't know what to do with this information. I don't know what Marvel's really doing about this information, considering a lot of their stuff is, like, PG-13? But they keep making jokes and references about it. And it seems pretty canon. Like, there have been panels of creators who, like, talk about it and who are just, like, snickering, like, yeah, it's a real thing. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Watch out for Wolverine's 2 dicks and his 2 spouses. Keep an eye out on that relationship. And, yeah. Well, the 2 penises make a comeback. They do! But the aggression in porn is what leads to skewed prescriptions on sexual relationships and people go into sex with ducked up prescription. And that's not based in the reality at all. Absolutely! But I do think it's funny that, like, that's the attraction for men. It's absolutely for men, not for women at all. It was like that, like, is it passion? I don't think it's passion, but the 2 penises make a comeback. They do! Yes, yes. And again, they make hard references at it, like, occasionally. It's still a thing. One of, like, the ending issues to the House and Power statement, like, the House and Power series, it seems like there's a big X-Men orgy that's gonna go on, and he's just got his arms around both of them, and I know they make, like, a joke about it, so it's real, it's canon, and we're getting another point. I don't want to give Marvel this many points, guys, but again, it feels right. So now, what was the other one for DC? There was something else I was going to talk about DC. Yeah! Okay, so now we're going to kind of start subtracting points, right? X-Men what? Yeah, it looks... There's a lot of jokes about, like, I think it's, like, Powers. I think it's, like, Powers number 6. It's the very, very end. There's all these fireworks going off. Everyone's excited that they have, like, this new, like, island where everyone can be safe. Marvel really be out here being that horny on Maine. They're really trying. And again, it's so funny because, like, it is still technically Disney. So, like, what they're able to, like, skate by on some of the comic books is, like, been really funny. And again, no one has, like, straight up and, like, the wiki page isn't gonna, like, say, yeah, like, Wolverine, 6'2", black hair, 2 dicks, right? Like, they're beating around the bush a bit, but too many creators have come out giggling about it for it not to be true. So, it's true. It's real. So, where's the eraser on this thing? Let's get to the part where we start subtracting. Is this it? Is this it? Yes, okay. So, Marvel, you didn't have a story about a trans man. Where are the trans men at? DC did it. It was a little one. It was like 2 pages, but we did have representation. So, Marvel, we're gonna get rid of 1 for Marvel, okay? Well, fuck, now I want that on the wiki. Do we go and change it ourselves? Do we go and update it? We can, Goblin, you want. We'll do as soon as I get off of here, I'll go on the wiki page and start. Wolverine was originally like 4'5" Goblin Man. Oh no! Is that why they picked you? Is that why they picked Hugh Jackman? They were like, you know what? This is an accurate depiction of Wolverine. Oh my gosh, yeah. So, we're minusing 1 for no trans men representation for Marvel. And I was gonna go through the covers, like I was gonna pull up pictures of the covers. Actually maybe we should, damn it, we're still doing it, okay? But yeah, these are the 2 I have, right? This is the DC, this is the Marvel. You can already tell the difference, like you can already tell who was going for the more gay approach of the 2, right? Like we've got like some of the colors, we've got Pride on the cover, as to where this just looks like some weird variant. I wouldn't know this is the Pride variant at all if you told me, except knowing that Black Cat's the gay character on it, right? Like, did they make him tall now? I feel like they like at least try to level him out now that he's like kind of the badass, but like, yeah, that would make sense, because if Wolverine's kind of a small animal, he wouldn't be like a big person if they like translated it correctly. But like, I feel like they definitely try to make him at least like average height compared to the rest of them. Could you imagine everyone in the X-Men's actually just like 5'2"? Like they've all just leveled them out at like a medium range. Where is my... Okay. Hold on, sorry guys. I was trying to make like a folder for it on here earlier and it didn't really work out. In Dark Phoenix Saga, he was still short. Okay. At least anytime I see him with like pictures of other X-Men, he seems to have been like leveled out. I really don't know what like his official age is. Okay. So here we have, ooh, it's a little blurry. Here we have the Nightwing variant. And I was gonna buy this. My boss didn't get a whole lot. I don't want to steal it from anybody else. But it's cute, right? First off, it's got Dick Grayson on it, which everybody loves Dick Grayson. And we've got, clear pride flag, right? It says pride on it. We've got the rainbow flag. It's a nice shot of Dick. Everybody loves Dick. The question is, does Dick love Dick, right? Like, this is a really cool cover. Was probably one of the more sought after ones, but what is it besides an ally with a flag? How gay? Is it gay enough? I don't know, guys. I thought it was pretty gay. I thought it was good enough. And again, here's the cover to Valkyrie, right? I cannot recall her name right now, and I feel like a fake and a phony. But here we have Valkyrie character. I know she's a lesbian. I don't know her name. I don't know that this is a Pride variant. I don't have like any information besides it being the Mighty Valkyries #4. We have Mystique. Right, another gay character. Sorry for the glare, guys. I'm trying to work on it. Another gay character. No flag, no rainbow, no girlfriend. How am I supposed to know she's gay? It's just kind of pink. Okay. Crush and Lobo series just started. Also another queer character that came out. Again, you've got rainbows, we've got the flag, they're holding their girlfriend. The Marvel ones are way too subtle. I can't even tell. Exactly! Jane Foster. I don't think that was Jane Foster. I think it's what's her name? I cannot remember her name from Thor 3. No. I think that's supposed to be that character. Or just another gay Valkyrie. I don't know. And then we have the Superman cover. Really well done. Super cute. We know that like some gay men love Superman, but is Superman himself gay? It's just kind of ally stuff. And even then, I wish he had like a pin that said like love is love. Like he's got the flag over him, but like, is it gay enough? No. Is it? It says pride. Is it gay enough? They made up for it with the Bat one, though. I know. This damn... this damn glare. The Batwoman one wasn't so bad. Okay, she's got the flag. We've got a lesbian on it. We've got 2 lesbians, actually. There's Detective Montoya on here as well. Lots of confetti. I don't know if you can tell. You probably can't tell, but there's glitter, there's confetti, there's a flag, all kinds of rainbow stuff. So some of them were interesting because, like, again, like we were saying, lots of female representation, lots of like queer female representation. There's not. Where's my gay man? You could have put Midnighter on here. We could have put Apollo on here. Anyone from the actual inside of the DC Pride would have been great on here. Now, I get major ally vibes from Superman. Yeah, absolutely. absolutely, like, Superman's for everyone, is gonna protect everyone, that kind of thing. Can we say it a little bit better, though? Can we, like, get him and, like, another gay character, and he's just, like, you know, I don't know. Is it gay enough? I don't know. We're asking the real questions today. But DC does have better covers, right? I wish this could have been the time you came out and said that Dick Grayson was, like, bisexual or pansexual. I don't know. Wonder Woman cover is great. They had a few characters that, like, are actually gay on here, but the one complaint that I got that everyone was looking for, that everyone loves, is Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. And they had lots of chances to use that for the variant, and a lot of people are real mad that they didn't, and it's kind of weird because, so if you've heard of DC Injustice, it's a video game, and it's an entire world on its own, like it's its own entity, to the point where they wrote like 12 volumes on like the lore and the history and like what goes on in this world. Like, it's its own universe, but it's pretty canon. And in that universe, we have Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, and I haven't read it for myself, but everyone says that's the gay couple for DC. Like, everyone loves them together. They say they're like super cute. And a lot of people were like hoping and waiting for like the DC cover. Didn't happen. It's an injustice that they didn't do a Blue Beetle Booster Gold variant. Trying to make a pun. Didn't work out so well. But yeah, so, I don't know, guys. I wanna like these more. We got Iceman. Unless you know the history of these characters already, there's not too much significance behind them. Hulkling, and I can't tell who that other person is. Oh, is that Northstar? That might be Northstar and Hulkling. Hulkling. But again, I don't know. They don't tell me. How am I supposed to know if they don't tell me? I can't even tell. Like, this one you might tell that they're, like, kinda gay, but again, it's just kinda pink. I really don't know what happened. There was one variant to the Marvel Voices Pride that had, like, a little bit of everyone on it, but I didn't grab this one because I didn't recognize everyone. And again, that's more on me than Marvel. So, who won the variants? I'm gonna say it's DC, right? We're gonna say that DC won that one, obviously. Not all of them were gay characters, but like, they were trying. They did throw a flag on it. And it's just like characters that, like, if we had to choose would be gay, probably would, right? Like, could you imagine if Superman came out, how excited everyone would be about that? Ooh. So I'm subtracting another one from Marvel. For the covers, we're gonna give DC one. Is this me cheating so that DC wins? Probably. But yeah, I would say both companies are like doing their darndest to move forward in the future and have more queer representation. I would say both had decent prides. Both tried to hit as many nails on the head as they could, and I think, I don't know, we had some good topics. We had like some family stuff, we had some housing issues, and like probably the best representation we've had to date, right? DC had a trans man. That alone seems like a big step. This DC ones are just way better. They are. They really, really are. And it's almost crazy how much better they are. And do we talk about it? Do we maybe talk about it? There was one more I was gonna bring up. It was DC's one, but DC already won. I don't know if we need to like bring it up again. I'm just super excited because there's a chance that Yara Flor, the new Wonder Woman, is gonna be a queer icon, and I don't know if it's me project. Do we get it? Yeah. So from the future state, woo, rating with a party of one. What? Hello, Mila. How goes it? How are ya? Are you finishing up Kingdom Hearts? Is that what that means? Oh yay, Mila, welcome. Yes, yes, how are you? I'm just wrapping up the first half to this conversation. Yeah, there's more. I conquered 1 pile out of 4. We're gonna see how long we can go for. Hi, yes, hi, how are you? How was stream? Good, I hope. So, there's a moment in Future State, the Wonder Girl series, where she's going into Hades, she's descending into Hades to bring back a fallen warrior. And there was a moment for me where I was like, is this gay? Like, is this a lover? Is this her going back, getting a lover? And then I felt kind of bad because I was like, am I projecting, like, gayness onto a perfectly platonic relationship? Like, they were warriors, they fought together, like, you still have to, like, respect some of, like, the straight boundaries. And then I was like, fuck that, they, like, straight washed all of history, so Yara Flor's gonna be gay for me. I don't know if it's canon, but that's it, I'm projecting it onto her, sorry. It was, that's good. Oh, I have to set up your raid alert, Sierra. Okay. Cool. I didn't even know if I could get rated because of the whole affiliate things. I don't know what the rules are here, but thank you. I super appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. That's the DC Marvel half to this conversation. And we're gonna say that DC won, right? Like, we've got like the year of Ivy going on. Lots of representation. They even have a few things in the back of the Pride of the DC issue that talk about some of the TV characters and their queerness and where you can find them so you can, like, watch representation happen. And I thought that was pretty neat, too. Honestly, Wonder Woman's history is so gay and coded, I feel like the creator wouldn't mind. Yeah, absolutely. If you know the man in the history who made Wonder Woman and his 2 wives, yeah, she's a queer icon for sure. And I'm really hoping we actually get to, like, see that in the upcoming series. There was also a hint of her flirting with this man, and I was like, she can like both, but I don't know. We'll see what happens because that Hades event is going to be us leading into it, and I'm really excited to see. As a queer person who studies a straight-wash period of history, I am happy queer-washing everything. Yes! Alright, Mila said it was okay. We got approved, guy. Paint it all gay. Yeah. I just, again, trying to, like, respect platonic relationships and that, like, those are real, they do exist, it happens all the time, especially amongst, like, soldiers. I imagine there's, like, a type of connection that you can't get anywhere else where you're in a life and death situation constantly, but I also love the idea of her traveling all the way down to hell to get her girlfriend back. I don't know, we'll see. Pretty excited about it. So, where do we go from here? Where do we start from here? I don't know. I'm gonna be talking about a lot more, like, indie stuff now, and some of this stuff gets kind of weird, okay? Yeah. So, if you guys are feeling uncomfortable, if you guys, like, say, like, that's too much, whatever, let me know, because it is gonna get kind of, like, sexy, sexual, obviously, but, like, yeah, no, let's walk through this together. Let's get weird together. Also, if you hear me say something that doesn't sound quite accurate, don't be afraid to call me out on it, throw tiny flags, tell me the pronouns wrong. Just, like, if I'm not correct, don't be afraid to correct me. Yeah? Cool. Okay, let's see. Where's my map? Where are we starting with this? Where's this next part start? I think it's the book in front of me. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Yep, it is. So, anybody like Scott Pilgrim? The book, the movie, anything of that sort? The writer, Brian Lee O'Malley, has this other book that is, like, pretty fun, and I would say, like, on the softer of the queer side. So, it's called Snot Girl, okay? And it's this Instagram model. She's real popular. She's real pretty, and she has really bad allergies. People make fun of her for it, and it's not so bad until she meets this girl who she starts having feelings for, but, like, she can't, like, put a thumb on it exactly. This girl's very, like, otherworldly. She just, like, is, like, slightly out of her grasp. She's so pretty, but also is, like, kind of maybe sort of manipulating her. Is it her allergy medication? Is this girl a bitch? We don't know. She hates her. She loves her. I feel the same way, but yay, I'm so happy we're talking about Snot Girl. Yes! Snot Girl's a good one. It's also a really good comic to get people into comics. Sometimes, no offense to the femmes, okay, but sometimes I have a female that comes into my store who just looks really uninterested because it's comics, and then, like, we'll see this little beauty, right? We'll see how pretty and cool and neat Snot Girl is, and, like, yeah, it's just hot girl shit. I don't know how else to explain that. Besides, like, drama, and it's cute. It gets a little feisty. Again, these girls are, like, super flirty with each other. She loves her, she hates her. It may or may not be a murder mystery. It's just a hard life for a hot bitch, guys. I love that. It does take forever to come out, and I haven't seen a new issue in, like, years, okay? It's still going. It's still a continuation. I couldn't, like, exactly tell you the plot for it. Like, again, it's a murder mystery, and it's more mystery than, like, anything else. Sometimes there's ghost, sometimes there's affair, but there's lots of fun, weird, quirky gay stuff in here. The girl that Lodi? Oh my gosh, it's been a while. The girl that Lodi has a crush for has a sibling that seems non-binary, I believe, or asexual. That's, like, going around doing their bidding, and, like, yeah, there's a detective who's obsessed with the girl who's on Instagram. It's fun. It's a weird one, but it's really fun. I've read a good chunk of it and remember none of this, so I gotta reread. Like, it's so weird because it's such a good story, but, like, not a lot happens, but, like, so much happens, but, like, none of it's concrete. I don't know. It's fun. It's pretty to look at. Like, I heard that they're pausing production due to COVID reason, which totally makes sense. There's been there's, like, one, Ange might know this better than I do, but there's one clothing company that does, like, t-shirts, and, like, overalls, and, like, does really cute Snot Girl stuff, like, that it's related to, but it's kind of expensive, and again, that's just more hot bitch problems that I don't know. I don't have those. But yeah, Snot Girl's fun, and, like, has, like, some pretty decent queerness in it. Which, speaking of hot girl stuff, okay, we're gonna get weird, and then we're gonna go back to, like, fuzzy stuff, okay? But right now I'm trying to cover the L part in the LGBTQ acronym, and one, it's not girl, little lesbianism, but somebody who's, like, always just a little gay, or really gay, or has some really interesting, like, girl-on-girl situations is Marie Lovette. She's French. She has really crazy, weird artwork, and always has, like, really strange situations that, like, go on in her books. Sorry, my shoulder's, like, acting up. yeah, just always has really weird situations going on in her books, and this one is one of the newer ones. I've talked about her a few times in the past before. Didn't want to do too many repeats, but this is called Loud. If you like From Dusk Till Dawn, you'll probably really like this comic. And the really funny thing about Loud is that there's not that much talking. They're set in a nightclub, there's all kinds of loud music, right? It like lets you know there's all kinds of loud music. But like most of this story goes without words, and that's real fucking cool. It's real hard to do, but this one was real fun. It has to do with a nightclub. There's these two assassins, new follower. Woo, let's see if I can get the name right. Hello, Yarmoki. Ooh, is there something I can call you that's a Yar? Can I call you Yar? Can I call you Mol? Yar Molin? I'm terrible with names. How are you? How goes it? If there's something super easy that you prefer, let me know. If I can call you Yar, that would be pretty sweet. Let me know what you prefer though. She needs to branch out from her thin, Asian-looking, black-haired characters. Yes. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, nightclub. There's vampires, there's assassins, there's overdoses. It's real wild. Like I said, if you like From Dusk Till Dawn, you'll probably like this one. There's all kinds of weird relationships and love triangles in this. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Lovette. Are you playing games? No, not today. We're just talking about comic books. More specifically, queerness in comic books and whatnot. So that's it. That's for today. Sometimes I play games. Not very good at it though. But yeah, today's just more about reading. But does play games. I'm an export player. That's cool. Or an esports player. Nice. That sounds really fun. I'm a comic book concierge. None of us are. That's cool. I've never played League either. I've heard good things. Just never got into it. But yeah, Marie Lovette always does something weird. Ugh, I can't even say that. Yeah, always does something gay, and it's always something just a little outside of the spectrum as well. I'm not saying that she has a thing like a blood fetish, but there's a lot of bloodletting in her books and stories. Sometimes vampirism, sometimes somebody's just carrying around a vial of blood. I don't know, but it's real fun. There's one called Heartbeat where she like witnesses this guy murdering this girl and then falls in love with the guy and then has like dreams of him like murdering her. I don't know. It's real fun to explore though. I love that as a quote, not saying she has a blood fetish. Yeah, it's very Angelina Jolie, early 2000s, right? Like that, like, it's hot goth bitch stuff, and I don't get it. Like, it's full on, and you see that in this book a lot. It gets real kinky, there's dominatrix stuff, but as far as, like, exploring lesbianism, if you want it, it's Marie Lovette. It's good stuff. It's fun. It's weird. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm kind of uncomfortable, but I can't look away. It's real good stuff. And like, yeah, this is the latest from Black Mask. It's a real fun company. They've had some of her books before, and yeah, I don't know if this could come out through anyone else besides Black Mask. So good for them. She's also the person who is doing the interior artwork for Faithless, which is about this girl who meets this other girl, falls in love, starts having a relationship, then she meets the girl's dad, and then they all three start having a relationship, and it may or may not be demons. I don't know. Again, it's weird stuff. But it's a lot of fun! Ooh. Not saying she has a blood fetish, but some people do. I don't know. Somebody compared, oh my gosh, what's her name? Jennifer's Body. Megan Fox. Somebody just compared Megan Fox to like old school Angelina Jolie, and now I can't unsee it. And like, This is our new goth queen, guys. Angelina isn't as goth as she used to be. Megan Fox is like carrying around Machine Gun Kelly's blood in a vial around her neck. I don't know. We have a new Supreme. Alright, alright, alright. If you're not into the like hardcore lesbian stuff, okay? If like blood and murder and all of that's not really your thing. Whoa, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, hold on. Do we go weirder and then we go soft? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait a minute, wait a minute. We're backpedaling. We're gonna rewind, because I realize I don't know when else I might have time to squeeze this in. Before it gets better, it's gonna get weirder, and I'm so sorry. Okay. If you want something a little less, like, scary, a little less gory, or what, or fetishy, or what? No, this is still fetishy. Hold on. I don't know how to introduce this next one, and I'm terrified. Is that a good thing? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, alright. So, if you want less, like, violent or aggressive, but looking for, like, explicit, I give you the definitive girly porno collection, Small Favors. I really, if I don't get banned, if I get banned, it's this book, and I don't know if I want to show you guys the inside, but I also very much want to show you guys the inside. So, okay, there's this girl, right? She's like 22. She's in the garden, and she peeks in on her neighbor. I know, it's real explicit. Please be over the age of 18 for this one. She's watching her neighbor. She gets a little frisky and she takes care of herself out in the yard, right? She's just out in the garden, kind of sunbathing, and rubs one out, okay? All of a sudden, the ground opens up and eats her, and she's presented with these, like, moral fairies, right? And these fairies are here to let her know that she's been having too good of a time and needs to be reprimanded. So they assign her her own little sexy moral fairy, right? This fairy's gonna like sit on her shoulder and tell her not to do certain things. She's gonna like keep her in check, and that doesn't turn out that way. The fairy actually turns out to be really kinky, and then her and the fairy have relations. It's really explicit. Do you guys want to see? No, I'm just kidding. It's rough, and again, it is from a fairy's perspective. This is taking such a turn. Yeah, Ange, I don't. I can't. Again, the fairy's a fairy. The fairy's like this big, and her and this lady are having like relations, and it doesn't stay that way. Like, it'd be real creepy if this entire book was like that perspective. Something happens, they make a wish, the fairy gets big, and now they're girlfriends, and then they go out and explore other people together. It's the most hardcore lesbian like it's so playful. The artwork for it is very cute. Can I okay, here's a page where nothing terrible is happening. You were right, things are definitely weird. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, nothing explicit is going on. The artwork is super cute. It is like this the entire time, even through like the sexual parts. It gets real strange, but again, it's one of those ones where it's like, I need to know what happens next. Yep. Yep. Like, hold on, sorry. Whew, yeah, I wish I could explain. I wish I could show. It's super cute. Like, there's this other female of color that like gets involved with the two of them, and they have like this like poly little relationship. Guys, I don't know. There's a colorized version in the back. I didn't know about it, but like, Sorry, I just got excited. It's weird. It's so weird. It's super cute. I like don't want to discourage people because of like it being dirty. I don't know. It's exactly what it says though. Girly porno. It exists. It's safe. It's adorable. It's fucking nasty. But it's real. And it's all female. So, yeah, that's it. That's Small Favors. I'm tempted. I'm so tempted. But, like, I don't know, man. It's a lot. It really is a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun. And again, this came out in singles. But I also was kind of just drawn to, like, the quality of the book, like the hardcover. I love the blue, I love the gold, like it's super cute. And honestly, this just like sitting on your collection, no one's gonna know it's porn, and no one's gonna know it's the nastiest porn you have. Yeah, no, there's a shelf. No, okay, putting shovels in places they don't belong. But yeah, this is super fun, super safe. Again, like, not aggressive in any way. I want it written by a woman, you know? As nasty and dirty as it can get, and it involves fairies, and it's too cute. I don't know. Okay, I'm done. I'm done talking about it. We're gonna get to the safer part of lesbianism, right? We're gonna get back to the cute, cuddly piece. This, okay, hold on, might need a minute after Small Favors. There's a part in Small Favors where like, I can't even explain it. I can't show it to you. I can't explain it. I think about it too often and like, it's ruined me. It's literally ruined me. Not from being haunty, not from being like, oh, I want to try this, but like, why did you come up with this image? That kind of thing. Real fun stuff. But we're gonna get to something a little less haunting. Okay, we're gonna pull back real quick. We're gonna get to a safe place. And that is Nimona. This came out, it's probably been about 8 to 10 years. It's real old now. This is also one of the creators of Lumberjanes, which is also a super cute, super queer, female gang adventure style. Like, it's great. We'll talk about it in a sec. This one got picked up from Disney, right? They got 75% done with the movie, and then they canceled it. The show Disney murdered! Yes. I heard it was because Blue Sky Productions closed. I heard that the studio that was working on it and that was supposed to make it, like, just shut down. I'm bummed. I'm also bummed. This is such a good book. This is such a fun book and was probably one of the first, like, hey, this is gay, come and get it. Like, again, this is like 8 to 10 years ago already. 6 years ago. What? No, that's right. Okay, so 6 years ago they made it into an actual book, but it was a webcomic for the longest time before that. Disney did that, they really did, and they picked it up and then they threw it onto the ground as hard as they could. They were like, oh, you want something cute and something gay and something like fun and fantasy related? Nah, throw it away. Like 75% done. I did hear that the rights for the show are up in the air. They're available for purchase, so if anyone wants to go like halvesies, we can buy this and put it out. I don't know, it's up to you. Yeah, that's what happened, but they were close enough that they could have released it pretty quick, in my opinion. Yeah, they could have. And again, like, 75% done is, like, still a C. Like, even if they put it out raw, fuck it. Like, I'll watch it still. Sounds affordable. Right? Like, we only need, like, 3 million, probably? I think we could get it for a pretty decent deal, honestly. Because she's a little old. But yeah, it is Naomi. Nimona. Why did I say Naomi? Oh my god. Nimona, right? She's a shapeshifter. She's a queer character. She finds this supervillain who's obsessed with taking down, like, the police state in their region. And she's like, yo, you need a sidekick. I'm a shapeshifter. Let's get shit done. Super fun, super gay, super friendly. Okay, there's no, like, fairy stuff in here. This one's fine. But, like, has a really cool twist with, like, the bad guy coming to terms with his sexuality as well. Trying not to give too much away, but, like, yeah, it's really fun, really cute artwork. And again, this is the creator who did Lumberjanes, which I used to have. Apparently I don't have on me to show off, but, like, if you liked this series and want more from this artist, check out Lumberjanes. Lumberjanes is a group of girls. They're at this summer camp out in the middle of the woods, and all the supernatural stuff keeps happening. There's a few non-binary characters, there's a few people dating, there's some, like, witchcraft and sorcery, but for the most part, it all stays PG-13. It's a safe place for the young queer kids to, like, check out, so... yeah, that's it. That's all I got on the L stuff. There's, again, I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again, there is a lot of stuff for lesbians out in the comic industry. There's a series called Sunstone that gets real dirty and nasty, so, like, I just wanted to pick out, like, a few of my favorites, or a few that, like, anybody can, like, enjoy, right? We're trying to cover something for everyone, right? I always see Lumberjanes at my local comic shop. I'm gonna have to pick it up now. It's a really good series. That's another one that they've kind of talked about being a show for TV and, like, up in the air about constantly being made into something else. But it's really fun, and, like, there's all different types of, like, female personalities in the group too, which is really neat. Like, you've got, like, the tomboy, you've got, like, the cute and, like, more, like, punctual and, like, tidy, and it's cute stuff, and again, it's supernatural. If you know Night Vale, if you've ever listened to the podcast Night Vale and you liked Night Vale, I highly recommend Lumberjanes, because it falls in the same, like, vibe field. I don't know. But yeah, feel really similar, like, same, like, age group and, like, ideas almost. Love Lumberjanes. It's good stuff. So yeah, that takes part of the L part. In the LGBTQ section, my god, I know, we've got so much more. And it's 3:30, I've got an hour. Are we gonna get to all of the stuff? Okay. We'll see how far we get. We'll see. But we're gonna cover the G. We're gonna cover the gay part, and I've got one creator I want to talk about, like, specifically, and then we're gonna jump into the Q, right? Okay, so did I bring it? 1 second. Hold on. Well, I don't know if you'll make it. I know! I tried to start earlier, Ange, and then, like, I don't know. My panic attack before stream lasted a little longer than usual, so I was like an hour late, but it's cool. 1 second. I'm gonna see if I have the issue on hand real quick. Okay, just kidding. I literally brought this book home yesterday and I've already lost it. That's cool. Oh, right. Okay. Anywho, the writer that I was referring to, the big reveal, is Chip Zdarsky, who, like, is officially known. Okay. I'm not too sure on his sexuality, but he is one of the creators for one of my favorites, and it's Sex Criminals. I know I talk about sex crims way too often, but that's because it's such a good series! Okay, so Chip Zdarsky, he's done a few series that has some really great queer representation. One series that not a lot of people know is called White Trees. It was literally like these 2 issues. They didn't put it in a book. They didn't even really like announce it or talk about it. And then as soon as he did these, he like went to Marvel. He's done some Spider-Man stuff. I know. Daredevil? Yeah, he's working on Daredevil right now. A lot of people say that's really good. He's working with one of the big 2, and most of his, most of his popularity stems from his book, Sex Crims. Hold on. Let's take a step back real quick. Okay. So White Trees, not very well known, as you can tell. It's, some gay men dealing with stuff. They're going on an adventure. So, there is this gay man. He finds out his daughter's in trouble and he has to go get her. He brings his husband, we'll say husband. I don't know if it's like official, but like he brings his spouse with him, and then they go to meet his old wife to get her in on the mission because, like, we have to go save our kid. I'm gonna get everyone together. And I really liked this series because it was really fun seeing, like, the ex get involved, you know? And, like, kind of had, like, a birdcage moment where it's like, yeah, this is my love, this is my past love, and, like, them joining forces to go find and help someone they love, you know? And just like, yeah, I love seeing, especially, first of all, seeing an ex support their ex is like fucking wild. A lot of people don't have like the best ends in relationships, but like seeing a woman support her gay ex is real neat. Don't really want to give too much away for this series because it's real good and I think people should read it more. It might be a little hard to find because, like I said, it was literally just these 2 issues. But adventurous, fantasy. There's a little bit of like animal and anthropomorphic human stuff. But this one was really good. The art for it's really good, and I'm gonna keep it bagged and boarded because I'm not saying this is like an investment or anything, but like, we'll see. Chip Zdarsky is like starting to pick up. Again, he did a really good Superman series. His Daredevil series is killing it. He's had a few other indie series that he's done as webcomics on his own. And yeah, he just did, there's a book called Crossover, which is like the real world crossing into the Image Comics world, and he writes himself abducting himself because he was himself in Sex Criminals. It gets real fucking meta with these guys, and it's a lot of fun. Sex Criminals, okay, is important, and this next few rounds of books is gonna be for the seemingly straight couples, okay? Because they don't get talked enough about. They don't get talked about enough, right? You're in a relationship, you're female, you're with the male. A lot of people just think that's like the vibe, that's it. No. This story, it doesn't go too far into it. I mean, obviously it goes into like sexy quirks and like being a sexual deviant and whatnot, if that's what you're into. But it also talks about, like, there's a moment where, like, it goes through, like, her past of people that she's been with, and there's, like, a few, like, females in there, and then it goes through his past and who he's been with, and there's, like, a few males in there, and I think there's even one character that they've, like, both slept with, like, at some point. But yeah, it's 2 bi characters trying to make it work. It's 2 people trying their darndest because they love each other, and it is your sexual vices getting in the way of that. I don't know. Sex Criminals is good. And if you're not reading it, I feel bad for you, son, because it gets super meta. There's a point where she's singing Fat Bottom Girls, and then the writers had to come and like talk about the copyright infringement, and that's why she's not really singing Fat Bottom Girls. It's fun. It's real good stuff, and the main character, Susie, is probably one of my favorite main characters ever. So, if you get a chance, try Sex Criminals. This one's gonna be one of those ones that's closer to the weirder side. But yeah, I think it is a lot of fun, and I think it is something that can be shared between spouses, and like, I don't know, it's a good read. It's real fun stuff. Oh dang, yeah, Ange. I only read the first bit. It definitely like gets off course a little bit, and there are times where they had to like step away from the series because they got caught up in doing other things. But this was also one of like the first books, because I was collecting this in issues, and this was one of the first books where I was like, whoa, comics can do that? Like, we can just talk about like freezing times with orgasms? Okay, I thought this was like strictly superhero stuff. I didn't know we could get like that weird and that personal about such things. But yeah, it's a weird, wacky series, and like, I love it. I highly recommend it. Another good series if you're barely getting into comics and want to know what comics can do as far as pushing the boundaries. Which that one gets kind of like naughty, gets a little nasty, right? They like go to this place called Come World, and it's the adult store that like he likes to go to. Sandman's reading it and keeps pestering me to read it. He has the hardcover version called Big Hard Sex Criminals. Yes, I thought I had that edition. Apparently I haven't started picking it up. There's also a book they did coming out around the same time, and it looks like that edition, and it's called Just the Tips, and it's a bunch of weird, sexy, like, tips and essays and stuff that him and Matt Fraction had gathered to put together. Also, fun fact, so Chip Zdarsky, Matt Fraction worked on this together. Matt Fraction, like, while working on this, also was working on this. Yes, it's Hawkeye, My Life is a Weapon. It's got Kate Bishop in it. A lot of people love this series. This is the series where Clint goes deaf and he has to use sign language, and then Deadpool comes in, and they're just super cute signing together. But yeah, and if you were wondering, if you love this series, know that it's the guy who also wrote Sex Criminals and wrote something called Just the Tips. I don't know. I think it's funny. Matt Fraction's pretty good. I prefer Chip just a little bit. But both have their strong suits, and both have worked with Marvel. Like, they're like serious writers, I promise. I know that comic is like outrageous and ridiculous, but like these guys mean business, I promise. So yeah, Sex Criminals is a little dirty. It's real fun. It's more modern. And I came across this next book, and I like couldn't resist myself, and then I realized it was book 2, and book 1 sounds way crazier than book 2. But let's get to it, right? Yes, so real quick, Goblin, if you have a chance to read Sex Criminals, I highly recommend it. Just know it's gonna get real ridiculous real fucking quick, and it's great. But this next one was a little cuter. It's a little less nasty. It's still sexy, okay? It's just like set in 1889, so they're not as progressive as some of us folks. But the main title to it is called Chester 500, and then the subtitle is Isabel and George. Now, this book is super cute and like kind of scandalous. Ooh, yeah, real scandalous. So like, okay, so it's set in 1889. This guy, he's an inventor. This woman, she stays at home. And it's literally them just like living their best lives. So they're together, they're in a relationship, obviously they're married, things get heated up, but like they also have moments with other people that get kind of weird and questionable. For example, the inventor kind of starts to like fall for the partner and gets caught up in some drunken situations, you know? There's affairs, there's like swinging stuff, all set in the Industrial Revolutionary Age. I don't know, guys. It's drama. Ooh. It can be super cute. It gets a little lonely. But again, it's like more about like the human experience and like, yeah, has like a few queer moments. And I would recommend for a couple, maybe. It's just this couple going through couple stuff, living their best lives. Ooh. and full of drama. So there's also, this is another one that doesn't have a whole lot of words. And you kind of just like follow through with the pictures, which like, I don't know if that's like a big part of the porn scene in comics. There's a lot of them being wordless. I hadn't noticed until now, but this one's a lot of fun. I gotta head to IKEA. I hope you have an awesome rest of the stream. Thanks, Neela. Thanks for stopping by and like listening and whatnot. I've got like 45 minutes left anyways, and yeah, just like one more letter to go through after this. So I hope you have a good day, and yeah, have fun at IKEA, all that stuff. But yeah, this one is real interesting. Like I said, the time that it's set in is really weird. Like if you want like Victoria era porn, they have it. I definitely added to my reading list. Nice! I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, this one's book 2. I didn't realize it was book 2. And apparently the first book, because this is a prequel, right? This is a prequel leading into the first book. The first book is about the inventor making a love robot for his wife. You don't get a whole lot of that in this series. You don't see a whole bunch of that in book 2. But yeah. Love robot, steampunk love robot for book 1, and it's called Chester 5000. And that also explains the name of the title. I thought they were just like trying to name it something kind of cute and kind of old, but no, apparently this is the name of the sex robot that he makes. So this one was a lot of fun, and again, I wasn't expecting the era that it was in. So that's pretty cool. If you're into Victorian era stuff, I need something for your spouse. And need a couple that's bisexual. Yeah. Okay. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? I definitely want to get into these two. Okay. So that's mostly it for the sexy stuff. That's like probably the most like sexual things I have out there. The rest, we're gonna kind of be talking about like identities, right? And like some of like the spectrum. I'm gonna try my hardest to like get all this information right. And again, don't be, if I say something weird, if I say something wrong, if it doesn't sound correct, do not be afraid to speak up, okay? I am merely an idiot. I can definitely get things wrong. And this next section is going to be a little interesting, because again, I'm a mere idiot. I don't know if I've got all the facts right. Don't be afraid to speak up. And that's the real thing, right? Oh wait, hold on, my music again. Are we finally at the end of the music session? Nope. Oh, this one's called My Love for Her. How fitting. Okay. So yeah, pronouns and identity stuff can be hard, and I had to do a lot of Googling to make sure, I wanted to make sure I had as much of the terminology right. I wanted to make sure I had things under the right, like, identities. Queer things are hard. And that's why there are handbooks. out here trying to make things easier for us idiots. I introduced to you the they, them pronouns booklet, a guide to. They cover just about everything. They talk about how to address people. They talk about what to do when you don't know how to address people. They have like, yeah, yep, it's a comic. We're talking it out. They have little tiny graphs, and they ask the what ifs. They give you little acronyms. They're really, really, really trying to help you out to learn pronouns. Yeah, so cute, super cute. So when we first got these in, we got quite a few, and we had them towards the front. I had a few, they're the kids from the local college, right? They were a little more jock-like, right? A little more masculine than the usual person. And one of them picked this up, right? And I watched. I wanted to know what was gonna happen. I wanted to know what jokes they were gonna make, what comments they had. And they just kept flipping through it. Like, they just kept reading it. And they, like, looked over at a friend and they were like, hey man, like, look at this, ha. And the guy was like, oh, that's weird. Like, didn't say anything too bad. But I literally watched this, like, 22-year-old jock flip through this and, like, walk around the store reading this, and I was just like, oh my god, is it happening? Oh my god, are they learning? Are they learning something right now? And, like, I don't know. It was a moment. For sure. They realized their friends were, like, ready to leave, and they were like, oh, sorry, and put it down and, like, walked out. But for a moment, I watched a straight male attempt to learn something, and that was really neat. So, give the points to the bros. I love that so much. Yeah, I was waiting for, like, a joke. I was waiting for a comment. I was waiting for, like, do we really need that? Like, something. And he kept flipping pages, and I was like, oh my god, it's learning. That's cool. So, yeah, if you know someone who is, like, constantly correcting people on their pronouns, if you have someone who's just really interested in, like, and wants to know, again, like, it's hard. You don't want to offend anyone. You want to get the terms right. You want to get, like, you don't want to upset anyone. You just want them to exist and feel like they exist and, like, know that they exist, and this is a guide to help out with that. I don't know. If you have that parent who just, like, is giving you the runaround and won't break, maybe throw this at them. Tell them to read, you know? I don't know. I love it. I've seen a few friends or a few customers see it and get really excited about it. I had somebody pick something up for a sibling. I came across that book in my local comic shop, and Sandman's considering introducing it to his unit at the psych hospital because a lot of the population is LGBT. Yes! I think it's great. And even if somebody's, like, questioning their own pronouns or, like, questioning where they fall on the spectrum, this might help, honestly. And again, it's not just a few pages. They go into some, like, really, really, really hot topics. And again, how they're drawn and how everyone looks is real nice too. I don't know, I think they did a really good one with this book. So yeah, I recommend this one. There's also, I don't believe it's by the same people. No, it's not. It's not. But we have the quick guide to pronouns, right? Pronouns are hard. We also have, and this can get graphic, but it's graphic in the sweetest, cleanest way. It's called The Basics, Drawn to Sex, and it goes over everything. Or at least it tries to. The first thing we really talk about is people being ready for sex. The next thing they talk about is getting consent for sex. They talk about, like, what is sex, different possibilities. This goes over, like, body identity, self-identity, and, like, I don't know, man. It's the best information I have on like human anatomy that's like fun and cute. Like, ooh, they talk about what to do for trans folks. They talk about how to address such things. They really teach you lots of notes on masturbation. Again, I know like that might not be what you're looking for on your venture, but like for bodies, for like just feeling like comfortable, if you have any questions, if you just want to know like what other people are experiencing, this goes over so much for all body types, for all sexualities. Like they really try to cover the basis for everybody. They talk about contraceptives, they talk about, like, yeah, again, doing it safely. They talk about anal sex. Okay, these things are important. How to do these things are important. And now it's in pictures. You don't even have to read about it. And if you want to know more than just the basics, they also have this other book, because they are a trans person, I believe, that wrote this, right? First queer person writing queer things. Big points there. But this one's called Oh Joy Sex Toy. And this goes way over more than just the basics. If you have questions, if you just want to know what's out there and available, this is just great for freaking information. I really don't know where else you could like get this kind of stuff, and that's why I was picking it up, because if not for me, maybe somebody else down the line I know is gonna need this. And like, yeah, they cover everything. They cover all kinds, I've said it, all kinds of shapes, body types, sexualities, where to start. Like literally we start at consent, and like it's just good. It's just good knowledge stuff. It's just good sexy knowledge, and like done in pictures. I don't have to sit here and read and try to guess the scientific name of things. I don't know. It's fun, it's easy, and ideally is gonna help someone somewhere, right? Ideally, hopefully. I know I had a lot of questions. I have a lot less questions now. But yeah, those books are good. They're really interesting. I don't know why I don't know why I'm trying to justify having them. They're good fucking books. Don't know why I feel embarrassed about it, but like, I don't know, man. It's good information. So, yeah, figuring out identities, figuring out bodies, all of that's real hard. But I can now say that we have more representation in the comic world than we would have. And I don't know really how, do we start with Grant Morrison or do we talk about okay. So it is interesting that like a lot of stuff has to do with like sex. For whatever reason, there's queer representation, and then there's just like living your best life and living all of the fantasies you get to. And I'm seeing a lot more of that now than like previously. Do we start with the kind of scary stuff? Do we start with the kind of, okay. So yeah. Lots of new identities, lots of new sexy stuff out there, and people just trying to get themselves represented, right? And so sometimes they can be really like cute and fun. Sometimes, as you've seen, they can be really extreme. This one here is called Twisted Romance. It's an anthology and it's super cute. There's vampire stuff. There's a story about a woman who falls in love with this person who's asexual, and they like end up being friends. There's comic book stuff. There's written word stuff. Like they really tried their darndest to get just like a good like diversity in this book. And this was, I was trying to cover for the asexuals, right? I was trying to find something for the A, and the only one I could think of was like, and I'm sure it's out there. I'm definitely sure it is out there. I just don't know of it. But I really liked this story. It's this girl, she like works for this fashion industry. She falls in love with this person, and the person is like, I'm asexual, but we can definitely be friends. Like, you want to like hang out, you want to go get food, we can do that. I'm just letting you know right now that's me. And then she's like, that's totally fine. And like doesn't chase after him, isn't like mad at them. Like, it's a good story. I can't remember the mouse one too much, but this one had some fantasy stories in it, had some real cute art. And like gets a little bit sexy, but definitely not as much as the other one. If you just want like a cute little anthology, and something that kind of touches on all of the spectrums, this Twisted Romance book is like really good for it. And again, has some like written word, has some like really great art. It's a little more femme, for sure. There's a story about a gay man. It's real fun. It's good stuff. Twisted Romance. And you get like 5 or 6 different stories in one novel instead of just one linear one. I don't know. This one I wish they would have turned into a magazine and would have just had out monthly, because I would have loved to have picked up some like romance comic magazine monthly, right? Like, I wish this would have kept going instead of just being one volume, but what can you do? There's another book through Image. I don't know if volume 2 is gonna come out, but this one is real weird. It gets a little more serious and is a little scary. Like, if you want a gay horror story, we've got those. They exist now. They're out here. This one gets a little wild, okay? This one definitely is not gonna be for everyone. There's definitely some like body horror stuff involved, and it's scary. It's a scary concept, okay? So it's called Safe Sex. It is into the future, we'll say like 10 years into the future, right? Something happened where this political party kind of takes over and they're just doing a clean sweep of our nation. We're gonna get rid of all of the like strip clubs, we're gonna get rid of like dominatrix lounges, like we are going on a like cleaning spree and we're getting rid of the sexual deviants doing it. So it's in the future. This woman who used to be a dominatrix is like trying to live a regular married life, and the government is so involved in your relationship that when you have sex with your partner, you kind of have to report it. You both have to write like an incident report and then like send it in. Oh, that one is so good. Yes, Safe Sex is like wild, it's super wild, but it feels hella important. Okay, it's talking about people losing their sexual freedoms and having to go back into hiding on top of a government like trying to correct these deviants, and it's terrifying. It's terrifying! Artwork for it is really good, and like the characters are very real. Purity is a thing, and I remember in the comic you have to log when you have sex. Yeah. So this dominatrix ended up marrying one of her customers, and he was like, I love you, I'm gonna take care of you, but she's still a dominatrix at heart. Like, she needs to go out and like get freaky. Something happens. He works for like the government, he witnesses something he shouldn't have, and then they start like correcting him. She's like, this is fucked up, I'm tired of living like this, and goes out and tries to find her man. There is some torturing, because I don't know how to say this, I don't want to scare anyone off, but yeah, are pleasuring people to the point where it's torture, and they're making it so when those receptors go off, they think it's something bad. There is a non-binary friend in here that gets the worst of it and gets super tortured, and it's like really, really sad, but again, feels so much more real and important than like it just being some comic. I don't know. It's terrifying. It's real scary. The artwork's great though. And again, it just feels really important. There's this big oh freaking twist on it, and like, the audacity. It's good. It's so good. But yeah, if you want like kinky stuff, if you want purpose and identity, I don't know. This book probably isn't going to be published through Image. They just did a Kickstarter for Volume 2, which means they're probably going to go solo and like do their own thing, which means this might get even more nasty than it already is. But if you want like strong female protagonists kicking ass and taking down the government, it's this one. It's good. It's real good. It's real wild. It's so gay. And it's them doing like dominatrix stuff. It's them like talking about like this, like being a dominatrix and some of the stuff you have to endure and like going through it and being open about their sexuality. It's fun. I don't know. It's terrifying. It's a good fucking book. That's it. That's all I've got for Safe Sex. It's good. It fucking rocks. I don't know. I'm gonna talk about this next one. We're gonna talk about Grant Morrison. Maybe Vita Lara. I got like 40 minutes. Let's see. I've got one more pile. Let's see how far we can go. So, yeah, Safe Sex. Not as safe as you would expect. Really good for like a line of queer characters, like you get a little bit of everything. And again, it feels super, super important, especially when you still hear that like conservation camps are a fucking thing. Like that's still real, like correction camp, like whatever. This next one I need help with. This next one I'm not qualified to comment on whether or not it's correct. I'm just here to report what it's about. So let me know what you think. This one's really, really interesting. I just can't like say it's accurate because I'm not a trans person. So if anyone in the trans community has any feelings on whether or not this is correct, let me know. If you've read this and like know it and feel like it's an accurate depiction, like can somebody I don't know. It's a real net idea, and I just want to know if it's like agreeable. I don't know. Okay. Hold the phone. It's called Sex Death Revolution, right? And it's from Black Mask. Ooh, we've talked about them before. We talked about them earlier. Okay. It's this trans woman, right? And she's kind of the high priestess to her covenant. Let me back up. It's real witchy. Like, this is one of the most, like, magical books I've read. Also has to do with, like, a trans woman, and, like, I hope both are accurate. Okay, so it's this trans woman. She's the high priestess to her coven, and things are starting to get a little rocky. Like, they're starting to, like, disagree, which is fine, you know? Bickering happens within large groups, and, like, it's nothing they can't fix. Until she realizes her life is getting a little more hectic than, like, usual. Like, it's not a string of bad luck. It's somebody is deliberately coming after her and is messing with, like, her timeline in her life, some of her memories, and how her friends perceive her, right? So somebody is just out to get this woman, this trans woman. Okay, and this is where it gets a little iffy, and this is where I don't know if it's quite accurate, okay? The trans woman feels like she needs to fully transition. She feels like there's a bit of her past life that's lingering that she doesn't want there anymore. Like it's this small little like shadow or a ray of guilt that's like behind her, because at one point the person she was did have like a future, you know, growing up as a man. There were expectations or dreams or fantasies that like linger. They know that's not them. They know they're supposed to be this woman. So they go to another witch. Camel, good evening, stopping by before work. Hello. How goes it? I hope you're doing well. I hope work treats you well. But yeah, I'm talking about this book. It's called Sex, Death, Revolution, and it's focused on a trans woman and magic, and I just need to know if it's accurate. I need to get somebody else's opinion on this because it's iffy. So, sounds good. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. No, you're fine. If anyone ever wants to interrupt, again, if I'm saying something wrong or like, don't be afraid to interrupt. I'm just babbling as it is. Okay, so she has this bit of guilt. She's got like this haunting feeling. There's a bit of boy in them that they feel bad about. So they're trying to do a cord cutting ritual. She goes to this other witch and she says, I just want to focus on the woman I am. I don't want to feel any guilt for my past life. I'm moving forward. I'm who I am and I'm happy with it, and I just need to get this haunting feeling away from me. I'm suffering at work because I'm too sleepy from doing OT. Oh, overtime. Dang it, Ange. I didn't realize you were at work. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. It's Wednesday, my gosh. So, trans woman, goes to do a cord cutting ceremony, does the thing, a few weeks later realizes somebody's messing with her life, and what happened during the ritual was that instead of, obviously when you did the cord cutting ceremony, you made that past self its own thing, and so it turned into a tulpa. I don't know how much anybody's getting from this, but it turned into a tulpa. It's angry that she's transitioned, and now her past self is out to get the future self. It's real complex, and I would love to know what a actual trans woman's thoughts on this series is. How do you feel about a past self, future self? Have you always been one self? Does anyone else feel this way? It's interesting. The creator is queer. I don't know if they are trans themselves. But there was a lot of like real. Why is my door open? Was that me? That might have been me. There's a lot of like real magic hints, and that's why I want to know if like the sexuality aspect of it, if that's correct. I don't know who to ask about this. I think it's real neat, but like, is it problematic at all? Does anyone have any like ideas on it? I don't know. I haven't met anyone else who's read this, let alone, and I don't know, I have a few trans friends, and I don't know how to be like, hey, can you read this for me and see if it's accurate, please? Like, can you tell me if this is the correct way or a correct depiction? Is this like, I just need to know. I just need to know somebody else's opinion on it. Dang it, Dreamy, at least you're getting that loot. Dang, Ange, I hope they're not going too hard on you. Lol, give me money. Yeah, your next check's gonna be so big. I also know you went on vacay recently, and like putting yourself through the ringer after vacay is totally okay, because during vacation the whole time you're like, I can buy this, I'll make it up to myself, right? But too sleepy. And you should get a cardboard cutout of yourself. I don't know if you have to be on camera or anything for your job, but you should just get a cardboard cutout of yourself and place it in the seat and then like leave. Like go take a nap in the back. That'd be great. But I hope they're going easy on you. I hope it's not too tough. We miss you terribly. And it's funny because recently my new coworker was like, could you imagine if Ange was still here? And I was like, yeah, man. We'd get so much more done. I don't have an opinion on the trans stuff as I don't have XP with it. Right. I don't have experience with it either. Again, I have a few friends, but that doesn't mean that I have what I can like say like, yeah, this is an actual depiction on how trans folk feel, you know? And again, it's so weird. Like, tulpas are already like a weird thing where you kind of like project yourself and make yourself and like talk with yourself, but having like yourself come after you, that's a whole new level of magic that like, I don't know. I just want to know if it's accurate. Yeah, I don't think any of us have any experience, so this is none of us can really comment on that trans stuff. Yeah, that's totally fair, Ange. I just it's such a cool series. It's such a cool thought. And again, from a magic perspective, it's real freaking neat. I just don't want it to offend anyone. So yeah, that's it. But magic, I used to run into the crowd years ago. That's funny. So, speaking of magic, okay, and transitioning folks, right? This next person has been in the game for a very long time. I'm gonna try to wrap this up in a half an hour. I've got like a little bit of a pile, but I think we can make it, guys. This next person has been in the industry for quite some time and has written books and stories about like a trans woman. There is a being in Doom Patrol we're gonna get to and we're gonna talk about. But more recently, Grant Morrison, okay, one of the oldest creators or coolest creators, one of the most well-known creators in the comic industry, more recently came out as non-binary, right? Like, and again, in their works, you can see, like, pieces of, like, maybe themselves in it, especially knowing that now. Oop, oh, are we done? Do we need to restart the beats? Nope, she's just real quiet. Okay, lo-fi is quiet today. Grant Morrison, non-binary, and has shown it in the past. Like, this isn't nothing new. This shouldn't be a surprise if you're a Grant Morrison fan, because if you know his works, then you know about some of his characters that he's had before, right? Let's start with Franny, okay? This is the Invisibles. It is one of the... Whoa, now that's what I call a story. Bet who, me? I used to consider myself pagan, late teens, early 20s, not Wiccan, but many of my friends were. Hi, hello, we're still out here. I am very much into magical things and Wiccan-y things and heathen-y things and all those things. I think it's real wild. And again, somebody else who like is a really great example of that, especially this series, is Grant Morrison. You have to tell me more about it. Yes, I love it. What's your... Never mind. I was gonna start talking about magical stuff. We'll calm down. But yes, The Invisibles by Grant Morrison. It is this gang of 5, right? Their coven is 5. Each represents a element in the Pentacles, and it's them just dealing with weird supernatural incidents and trying their best to like solve them. One of the characters in here, her name is Franny. She's Brazilian, and they go through her whole story of like her transformation. She was set up to be a high priestess in Brazil and turned out to be a trans woman and also a prostitute. All of this has to do with their power and their magic, and it makes them them. It's real interesting because the way that the book is set up, there's a lot of like jumping from when they were a child to now, but it like it's so weird. It's very sexual. A lot of it is very tragic, but the magical tie-ins to it are so great, and her embracing her identity also makes her more powerful. Most uncool person you'll ever... What? I highly doubt that. You're somewhat into magic. No, that's not possible. But yeah, Franny, she's real cool. She's real badass. Her story is real tragic, but like I said, it was real cool seeing her come into her magical power as she was coming into her, like, sexual power. So, yeah, Grant Morrison wrote about a trans woman way back in the day. There's also a point in the series, it's not in this book, it's in the first half of the book, but there's this part where in order to escape the bad guys, the main character has to, like, walk through this painting, and then the painting leads them into this book that's called 120 Days of Sodom. And so Grant Morrison just really like, he talks about some interesting stuff. A lot of the Invisibles has to do with magic. There's some alien stuff later down the way. But if you, like, this was wild. Especially because Grant had, like, actual magic and tried to have actual chaos magic involved. So at one point, The Invisibles was afraid that it was gonna get canceled, and Grant Morrison was like, you know what? I know what to do to save us all. Anytime after you read The Invisibles, go masturbate. When you climax, think of The Invisibles continuing, and it'll happen. And, like, that's the chaos magic. Like, he... like, he told people to masturbate in hopes that the series would continue. And I don't know if you have to go that far, but, like, I don't know. It still went. They got, like, 4 volumes out of it. It's real fun. Again, a lot of queer stuff, a lot of magical stuff, and a lot of, like, weird literature and art that I didn't know I need to know about until I read this. So, it's also not the only time that Grant Morrison has had a queer character of significance in his story. And there's not much to tell, really. I believe there was spirits and everything, trees, rocks, water, very nature-based. And that's what I love about witchcraft, right? Is because you have to, like, connect yourself to the earth in order for it to, like, fully manifest. I don't know. It's one of the oldest things we have. Love that for them. But yeah, so that's like probably Grant Morrison's most, like, magical book. Again, it gets real wild. Lots of queer stuff. Not the only time they had an important queer character in their series, and I want to say Doom Patrol might have even been before Invisibles. So, if you've seen the show, a lot of stuff is, like, taken from this series that's in that show, but it's not, like, a direct adaptation of it, like a lot of the superhero stuff that they do today, right? The one storyline that they try to keep that I think, it's just really hard to do, and I don't know, again, if I say a word right now that, like, people don't agree on, let me know, okay? This was the only thing that came to mind for intersex stuff. This was the only thing I could come up with that involved someone having both genitalia. I don't want to use, I'm scared to use the word hermaphrodite, but that's what happens, okay? So they're Doom Patrol, right? There's this hospital, it's just a regular day in the hospital, and all of a sudden this thing falls down from the sky. It's an alien. The alien absorbs a male and female that's in the lobby, and they become, like, just the ultimate being. They claim that they need both to understand both in order to be the perfect, like, entity for Earth, and, like, it's weird. it gets weird. So, if you've seen the show and you know Larry, you know the pilot, right? That's got a boyfriend, he's got a dark gay past that he has to confront. That character is like askewed. And like, again, it's a really, really difficult topic. It's like hard representation as it is. Yeah, Doom Patrol gets real crazy, and like this and Invisible is where Grant's not afraid to like do it, you know? Like he's not afraid to like go through it and say these things exist. They're real, like the alien's just vibing and has both parts and is like living its best life. And I can't remember his name. It starts with an R, right? Call us Rebus. Yeah. He makes sure that you know the right pronouns. They make sure that you know it's both male and female. And like, I really could not think of another comic where like that existed. This book gets fucking wild. Something happens, the world gets trapped in this picture. They light the picture on fire to get out. There's like Mr. Nobody, who literally is like this weird like art deco fucking thing. So yeah, Grant Morrison. Again, no one should be surprised they're non-binary. Like, this person has been screaming it for decades. They're, like, real big into magic. They're real big in the magic world. And, like, I think it's funny that, like, that was the only place they felt safe that they could talk about, like, such sexualities, right? And I mean, like, this is just me projecting, right? This is just me projecting. The Invisibles and Doom Patrol are through DC. Grant Morrison has worked with DC more recently, like they did a Green Lantern run, the other green one. And that one was really good. It recently ended. It was only 2 volumes. I heard decent stuff about it. Is a scientific term. I would think that it's an okay term, but I don't know. It's the same feeling I have with, because you have Hermaphrodite, who was an actual goddess, right? And had like both, if I'm correct. I don't know if I'm correct. I'm hoping I'm correct. It's just one of those things, kind of like the word queer, where it's used as a put down more than like what it actually is for. And so like, I don't know if people like being called a hermaphrodite, you know? What are the rules? If someone could please let me know, that would be fabulous. But it's a term, right? It's named after a Greek god. I would like to believe it's all right, but like, it's been thrown around and used so aggressively. I just want to make sure people are comfortable. That's it. I also felt the same. I might have already said this. I also felt the same way about the word queer, because a lot of times when like, I don't know, there's a lot of gay men who probably hear that word and like flinch because there's locker room like flashbacks or something. I can see why you'd be uncomfortable. I think it's probably best to say intersex. Yeah, and that's because the I, right, in the LGBTQI is the I, you know? And like, it's hard. I just want to make sure people are comfortable. If it's fine, I don't have a problem using the word, but like, have we gotten the stamp on it? Have we approved it yet? You know? It was just used so wrong for so long. And Aphrodite, oh, didn't know that. That makes sense. That's why that's spelt that way. Cool. And I've got like 20 minutes. Is probably safer. Yeah. And again, just because that word was used with so much hate for so long, and I don't know why, and it sucks. Can we take it back? Can they take it back? It's for them to decide. But another So yeah, those were DC. Those are under Vertigo, right? But it's technically DC. So Grant has worked with DC for a while. He came out with this a while back. It's called Arkham Asylum. It's a one-shot. And this is probably my favorite depiction of the Joker because of how strange and androgynous and, like, wild he seems, you know? Like, if somebody told me this character was, like, asexual or the opposite, pansexual, where it's, you know, either completely closed up or completely open for anything, I would believe it. Like, it's not the usual Joker you see. He's got these weird, long, like, green fingernails. His hair's, like, all done up. He's got a lot more makeup on than usual. I like to imagine the Joker putting on makeup, right? Like, he's, like, getting ready for his day. He's trying to figure out how he's gonna fuck over Batman. Sitting there doing his nails. Where's the shot of the nails? Hold on. Where's a good shot of, like, these green-ass, long-ass... Here we go. I love it! I love it! I like to believe this is the queerest of the Jokers. Obviously, it's from Grant Morrison, but, like, I just make him gay. Just make him super fun. Right? I love it. It's good stuff. So yeah, I used to be more into Greek mythology, but I don't know too much. Tired, Jesus, what that wacky Johnny? What's that wacky Johnny? I like Joker standalone Joker comic. Yeah, there's so much Joker stuff right now. Last year they just had like the 80th anniversary, and then I feel like for some reason they gave him 2 other one-shots. There was the 3 Joker series. There's a regular Joker series right now that's on issue like 4 that ties into some of the Batman stuff that's going on, and then also has Punchline. Honestly, the last like year has been like year of the Joker, and I have so many Joker posters from it that it's not even funny. But this is probably my favorite Joker. Like I said, he's real different than the usual Joker. A little more androgynous, a little bit more like sassy, a bit more of an asshole for it. I don't know. I just really like it. I think it's real neat. I think it's cool that... Oh man. Alright. We're gonna skip over the Max Bemis stuff because I'm not gonna embarrass myself by talking about Max Bemis, who's also another gay creator and probably one of my favorites if I'm honest. Off topic, but getting ready to thunderstorm. The Kevin Smith Joker was basically homosexual. Dang, you know what? I don't know if I've read the Kevin Smith Joker. I read his... Was that Green Arrow? A long time ago, but I haven't picked up any of his Batman stuff. And you know what? Good for Kevin Smith. I want a gay Joker. I want him, like, so past the normalcy of society that it's a new level of queerness. Right? Can we... It's terrible. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. Well, yeah. I was gonna talk about, like, Vampirella and her being a queer icon for years, especially this new series. Yeah, I missed a few steps jumping on how we get to Vampirella. We missed over Max Bemis, who's also another pan person who I'm kind of obsessed with. He doesn't really have any books where he talks about being queer, but, like, a lot of his books have to deal with like self-identity. He recently did a Vampirella series and made that character super queer, but I'm guessing it's because most of the Priest run is super gay right now. She has relations with men, women, aliens, nuns, and honestly probably one of the like longest running gay icons we've ever had, right? Is Vampirella. We gotta give her more points for that. But I like my Batman more gritty and less comica. I totally feel that. What about Witchblade? I've never really read Witchblade, but yeah, that Witchblade, Red Sonja, the whole Grimm fairy tales line, all of that stuff definitely helped keep the like queerness in comics alive. Because again, Marvel and DC, we went through their Pride stuff. We saw how much Pride stuff they had today, but obviously it hasn't always been that way, right? Like they're a little more newer to the queerness, as to where like Witchblade, Vampirella, Red Sonja has kind of always been like a gay icon or just like a sexy icon in general. Big Top Crow fan here. Nice. Top Cow fan. I know a little bit of Top Cow. Still trying to get my footing around like some of the like smaller companies within companies. But Witchblade is still going, I think. Like I think it's still continuing, or at least has like a newer series out. And there's even some like competitor people too that have come out with more stuff. Like there's one called White Widow, and a lot of that looks like the like Top Cow stuff from the 90s. And it'll be nice for about 30 minutes after the storm, then the heat will be back and triple the humidity. Gonna be a steamy night. Dang, I haven't been outside at all today, but let's see what degrees are we dealing with right now. 102. Oh, no, 104. That's not the worst. We're doing all right here in the desert today. Darkness and Witchblade are still going. Same here. Yeah. Darkness is still going. That's right. That's totally fair. Free sauna. Damn it. Aw, man, I wish I had a hot tub. Anyways, speaking of long-lived queer icons. Okay, this is the last one I'm gonna touch up on, and then I gotta go, guys. I gotta go pick up my fiance. We're already running late. Oh, here's that. Okay, so sorry. Max Bemis wrote Vampirella. It's 1992 edition, and there's some gay icons, and it has to do with cosplaying, and I'm very excited about it. There. That's it. That's all I'm talking about for Max. I won't be obsessive about it, I promise. But this last one I'm really excited about. It was one of the first things I covered on YouTube because I love this series. It's so good. And it is the Xena Warrior Princess by Vita Alera. Vita Alera themselves is a queer creator, I want to say non-binary, and has come out with a lot of good stuff. They also work with Marvel, but this has been probably my favorite thing to come out from them so far, and it's Xena and Gabriella finally getting to be in a relationship. Yes, it's a queer person writing about lesbians, and it's everything I always wanted. And it's not too sexy, it's not too sexual. If you're expecting like any of the like sexy stuff I showed earlier, don't expect to find it here. It's just super cute, and them fighting gods and goddesses. I don't know, this one god is trying to kidnap all of these kids from this town, and Xena is like absolutely not, and she's like, if you don't get me a sacrifice in like 3 days, I'm keeping this children. And her and Gabriella have to figure out how to stop her. It's so much fun. Them interacting and being gay with each other is so cute, and like I said, it's finally the closure we need to the show, because everyone was rooting for them to be gay on the show, and it was there a little bit. It wasn't a whole bunch, but you know, gotta go. Work starts in a few minutes. Thanks for the stream, and thank you for coming by. Like, seriously, I super appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day at work, and I hope you have a good Wednesday night and a good rest of the week, yeah? What about Love and Rockets? Also a classic. Okay, alright, I want to admit something that might be kind of tragic. I haven't read it. I know of it. I know the Hernandez brothers. Okay, my boss keeps Love and Rockets stocked at all time. We even get the new issues that come out. It's a long series, and I know I need to read it, and it's on my to-read list, and it's been on my to-read list literally for years. Also, being a Hispanic woman, I know I need to read Love and Rockets, because that's probably the best representation for the Hispanic community that we have right now. Yes, Camel, have a good day. Have a good one. a good night. But yeah, I also am probably gonna be getting out of here as well. Not a cape, but I thought good rep in it. Okay. Take care, folks. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna be getting out of here. We did 3 hours today. I'm like 5 minutes late picking my fiance up. But guys, this was a freaking blast. And I can't believe we hit fast forward there for a second, but I can't believe I actually managed to get through all of this. I'm pretty sure I hit all of my topics I wanted to hit, and we hit all of the series I wanted to talk about. I think I covered every single letter in that gosh dang acronym, but like, yeah, this is wild. New follower, tired Jesus, thank you. And I hope you have a good night, and I hope to see you again soon. Yeah, I don't know what my next comic stream is gonna be. I've literally been working on this for like 5 weeks. But I hope everyone had fun. I know I did. Again, I hope I covered everything and everyone in this process. And yeah, if you ever need recommendations or just want to talk about comics, you can find me on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, all under the Super Silly Sierra name. But yeah, this was fun. If you need something new to read, if you want to get back into comics, if you have questions about investing, buying, selling, trading, all of that stuff, I am here for you. Oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't talk about my shirt. Okay, hold on. One last piece. My shirt says, I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm fucking immortal. It's from Donny Cates' Redneck series about vampires, and like, yeah, that's it. I talked I talked about everything. We covered it all, and yeah, that was fun. This was fun. This was fun. I hope everyone else had a good time, and I will see you all around on the internet. This ending is getting too long. Okay, that's it. Bye. Banging and boarding since '94. Nice.